Waka waka waka, what's up, and welcome back to the channel for yet another Saturday edition review. Yes, we're gonna take a look at another EAGLEMOSS ship. This one is the Enterprise NCC-1701-C Andrew Probert concept special issue. I'm kind of in this jam of doing, I'll do a Transformer, then I'll do an EAGLEMOSS product, and then some random product until I'm all out of random products, and we're just gonna do EAGLEMOSS and Transformers, which is a-okay, but luckily I shouldn't be running out of those anytime soon. So there we go. Now this ship, first off, as I've stated in previous videos, EAGLEMOSS is currently not making product. They are the United States, United States. I say domestic just because I'm from the United States, but they are the United States equivalent of bankrupt, I do believe. So they are not. So again, no new products. This model itself is actually a few years old. This was a special, I believe, in 2018, sometime around there. So this, the one that you see before you, I pre-ordered this when it came out, so I've had this a few years. So there we go there. And yeah, so now I'm just kind of going back, kind of reviewing all my stuff so you can kind of see just some of the cool stuff that EAGLEMOSS had put out. So before we get on to the review, I want to do a little background on the ship because some viewers may not have ever seen this ship. Well, everybody has seen this ship, just not how you think you've seen it. So for anybody that doesn't know, this was the Enterprise C designed by Andrew Probert. If I recall correctly, and I believe Trek Yards has an interview, if I recall correctly, so feel free to jump in and correct me, Trek Yards or Mr. Probert. This ship was designed after Andrew Probert did the Galaxy class, and it kind of shares a lot in common. We're going to see a lot shared with this and with the Galaxy and the Excelsior, just to kind of see what Enterprise C looked like. But then when the episode Yesterday's Enterprise came out, we got this. The Rick Sternbach on-screen edition. Now, I am not gonna diss the Rick Sternbach version A, because he was basically given what I think a week or less to design it. Feel free and jump in and correct me on that, but it was a very rigorous filming process in those days, so he had to put something together within a week. So obviously he could not design this, which Andrew Probert had laid out. He had to work with what he did. So and I know there are quite a few people that really do love the Enterprise C. I, of course, I've had to warm up to it, but I do have my own appreciation for the Canon Ambassador class. But that being said, this is the concept model. Now, you have all seen this model before. Yes, if you know those gold-plated ships in the Enterprise D conference room, that the Enterprise C that you see there is a side view of this ship designed by Andrew Probert. So again, because that was made when the initial sets were made. So yeah, just kind of a little fun fact for those who did not know it, that you do regularly see the ship. So I guess technically it is canon, but that's how we're going to start taking a look at this ship. And lastly, we're going to take a look at the magazine for this. Yes, all ships came with a magazine, so there we go. Enterprise, this is when they came with the big magazines. Enterprise NCC-1701-C Probert Concept Special Issue. That's right. And I don't know if they ever did a second run of these. I got the first one. I never paid attention to it after. Ambassador, that is the class of the ship. 1987 concept designed by Andrew Probert. I'll just kind of go. I'm not going to read through the entire thing for you. You can go. All this stuff should be on Memory Alpha anyway. So just check that. So just go there, check that out. This is the first time I actually sat down and looked at the magazines. I know this is a moment for some people, but yeah, I just kind of wanted the ship. Contents: Enterprise C, Probert design. This table of contents got a nice forward view of the Enterprise C. This one's a little bigger to handle. And then, of course, the design of the Enterprise. You got a nice picture of the NCC-1701-C. And, of course, another nice picture. You see this one online a lot. Grand Designs talks a bit about the design process. There's a lot of the sketches Andrew Probert would have done. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, again, and I know Andrew Probert sometimes lurks on the interwaves. Feel free to let me know. I believe he designed all his ships in feet. One of the few designers that did, not meters. But feel free to jump in and correct me on that. And it might even be in this magazine. I'm just too lazy to read it. And then, of course, got a few concepts. I believe, yeah, they believe these are some of the ideation of the Galaxy class. Some really cool stuff in this magazine. Again, a lot of this you can find online already, but it's just cool to kind of have it in books. And so there we go for that. So let's start off with the box. Now, this actually isn't, I think this is the box for the U.S.S. Firebrand, or one of the other Wolf 359 ships. But all the EAGLEMOSS boxes from a few years ago, they look the same. I think only recently, before they closed, they changed them up a bit. So we'll just take a look. I just grabbed a random one. This thing is the box for the Enterprise C. They're all in storage. I'm not going to go through the trouble. And plus, if they all look similar, all that's different is the plastic bubble. Everything else is the same. So again, yeah, Star Trek, all the different variants. This was just around the time Discovery was coming out, so Discovery has not been added yet to this family. I believe Discovery was part of a different collection too. And of course, Star Trek, all kinds of legal stuff, and then of course the nice Federation emblem, StarTrek.com, all the way on the back, and all the boxes look at this. I don't even know if I'm going to take the time in my future reviews of all the EAGLEMOSS ships. Tell me in the comments if you want me to review these. All the boxes look the same from this era, so none of them look different. The ship itself spoke for the box, so there you go. We're just going to toss that to the side. And real quick, let's talk about the base real quick. Just like all the other EAGLEMOSS bases, feel free to check out my other videos. Again, comes with this flat base here, comes with the peg, and simple peg in the hole. It does have the sticker on the bottom. I think everybody tries to get 1701. I got 1378, so whatever that means. I don't know. Don't care. So there is the base as it should look for you. And mine's a little bit wobbly. Again, it's not crazy bad. I don't think I've had to glue this down yet, and whenever I have to move it around and find the box, I'd rather take it apart. So there you go for the base. And let's take a look at the ship itself. Let's bust out that beautiful Enterprise NCC-1701-C. And yeah, good. Now, straight away, and I'm going to say this because I know a lot of the EAGLEMOSS faithful that watch this are going to already note this issue. You notice that there's windows, like black outlined windows that are supposed to be like the windows of the rooms with the lights out and stuff. You'll notice that halfway through the bottle, or like a quarter of the way, they kind of stop. That is a defect from the factory. I've never been bugged by it. I know a lot of people tend to be. This model was about, I think, $30 when it originally came out, and quite frankly, I'm a big fan of the detail already. I am not too bugged by it. I know people that are. I don't blame you. But on the same token, yeah. So straight away, there is a defect. There is I believe, an eBay user named Bob Matt. He has his own store. He makes quite a few things for these models. He does have a sticker kit to correct this if you feel so inclined. So feel free to give him check out. Just type in Bob Matt. He has a number behind it. I don't remember Bob Matt's number, but just FYI. But let's talk about the rest of the show. Again, you got this nice, I believe it's like an eggshell blue color, really superb looking, and you can feel, again, just that typical EAGLEMOSS. You can see the Aztec, and you can feel the ridges in these hull panels and the escape pods. You can see all the escape pod detail around here. Then, of course, we got beautiful lettering, U.S.S. Enterprise NCC-1701-C. Got a nice, they got the glass here for what I believe would probably be an eating area, you know, an eating area or whatnot, maybe a conference room. And then, of course, you got a painted red going back here to the impulse engines. I believe the saucer feels nice and chilly, and this is near a window, so I believe the saucer is die cast on this model. Everything else is plastic. Yeah, the star drive section does feel plastic. Nice painted deeper shade of blue for the deflector, with a nice little gold for the central the central area. And then, of course, again, nice, this little phaser strip on the bottom, was kind of, it's embossed on there, so that's very nice. And then, of course, again, you're feeling around here and you can just feel all kinds of, you feel all kinds of textures. Got this, this black ridged area here, very indicative of the U.S.S. Excelsior. I got a focus camera, very indicative of the U.S.S. Excelsior. Again, the ship is basically a cross between an Excelsior and a Galaxy class. That's what Andrew Probert wanted. That's what he kind of envisioned would be the Enterprise, the precursor to the Enterprise D. You got the red for the impulse engines, the nice pennant going down the sides. You got the back. You got the pennant going down the side of the star drive. More escape pods. You got the phaser strip embossed on there. Pennants on the nacelles. Nacelles do have transparent plastic. Got the nice blue, and then the red for the Bassari collectors looks very good. I believe these are the warp coils. Correct me if I'm wrong. And again, these are a painted deeper blue, and you could just feel these ridges here. Just again, just great texture usage in this model. Shuttle bay back here. You can feel the embossments, and then of course the back, two phaser strips at the sides of the nacelle pylons. Lots of nice use of coloring. Got the Aztecing in there. Very well done mod. I mean, defect aside, again, I'm not bugged by the defect. I don't blame you if you are, but it doesn't bug me. I think this ship is absolutely beautiful. And real quick before we move on, one thing I like to do is just check to make sure the nacelles are aligned. And yeah, EAGLEMOSS really put the effort into this one. Looks like this looks real good from the side. No misalignments. Take a look from the back. And yeah, it looks really good. They look dead on. I mean, that is dead nuts right there for a model. I know it's gonna be hard to see, but yeah. Again, it's hard to show on the camera, but yeah, overall, dead nuts, really good nacelle alignment as well. And to put the ship on the stand, all you got to do is these little jaws, they fit right around the back of the saucer section here. So just kind of put it at an angle and then just kind of let it sit. Again, it does kind of wobble, but I've never touched this. This thing's been sitting on my shelf for about a year, and I've never had any issues. So it'll sit just like that, just fine. Again, no holes in the model at all. It just, the stand just takes a hold of the model, and the die-cast saucer holds everything up. So you can kind of see where the saucer's die-cast because it's holding up the rest of the ship, really. And for a quick comparison, bring this here and this here, and there it is next to the Canon Enterprise NCC-1701-C, the Ambassador class. We'll take a look at that in a future video. And again, I know that this argument can go both ways. It's not even an argument. I'm just going to state my opinion. I personally love the Probert concept. I think this feels more true. In fact, when I watched yesterday's Enterprise, I just kind of, my head canon kind of puts this ship in there. That's not to say, I mean, again, I know Rick Sternbach didn't have much time to put together what he did, so I do not diss this model by any stretch. I can only imagine how stressful that could have been. But let's take a look from the front. And again, yeah, you could just see the elements of Galaxy class coming here. Again, I know a lot of people appreciate this model because it kind of has a lot of those classic touches. You can see like the secondary hull looks a lot, or the star drive section looks a lot like the classic Enterprise, the Constitution class Enterprise. But yeah, overall, this is the Probert concept for me. That's my Enterprise C, baby. So but yeah, so there you go. That's just a quick comparison for you. So let's summarize the Enterprise NCC-1701-C Andrew Probert concept. And yeah, this model is beautiful. This is one of my favorite EAGLEMOSS models, hands down, from the classic series. Again, I absolutely love it. And like I said, this is my Enterprise C. I envision this thing every time I watched yesterday's Enterprise. I absolutely love this ship. I love the look of it. I think it makes a lot more sense as the precursor. And the model definitely shows. Again, quality issues aside with the window paneling, which again you can get an aftermarket kit for, and I don't believe it's too expensive, even if the ship is expensive. Now we'll get to that. Again, just beautifully well done model, no misalignments or anything like that. Just looks really, really good. I mean, window misalignment aside, EAGLEMOSS gave the beans on this one, and it shows. I really do like this model. As for where you can pick one up, eBay again, and people are charging buco bucks for a lot of these now. So just wait it out. We'll see if something does not happen in the future here. See if you can't get this ship cheaper. But if you are able to get this for a reasonable price, I do highly recommend it. Again, especially if you are a fan of concept models and ships that have not appeared on screen. This thing is beautiful. One of my absolute favorite concept models. In fact, probably my favorite concept model, since a lot of concept models are now canon. That being said, I am FC Finch. And if you like the content, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you feel so inclined. I do a lot of EAGLEMOSS, Transformers, all kinds of collectibles. I'm going to be adding a couple new things over the next few weeks to the video collection. But beyond that, and also feel free to comment. Tell me if I can do anything better, or just tell me you love me, and I will respond in kind to fan mail. I have been FC Finch. Thank you so much for watching. Live long and prosper.